गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in Kathopanishad and we are looking at verse number 23, but let's go back and see what is going on. Our Nachiket, having asked the first and the second boon, when Lord of Death, Lord Yamaraj, Dharmaraj, when he requests so that he is not left in debt, he requests the young boy to ask for the young Nachiket to ask for the third boon, and in response to that, our Nachiket in in the verse number 20, he asks that some people say that that after death there is a soul, or other people say after death there is no soul. In other words, is there life after death or not? This is the doubt which I have, and this is the boon answer to this, and instructions from you in regards to this is the boon that I ask of thee, ask from you, and it already shows the caliber, the high level of discrimination which our Nachiket in his young age has been practicing. He has, we can, how many children ask this? Today I went to someone's house. He is he is he is only just given his year 12 exam, but he understands the mind. He understands what Ramana Maharishi is speaking. And it was a wonderful half an hour conversation with him, but then I had to come back. And at this young age, if one understands the purpose, one understands the goal, one understands the scheme of life in its true sense, which is it's existing in its own absence. And we come back to the soul that Nachiket is asking, is there an existence after death or not? And after that, let life continue. Majority people waiting till retirement, then pursuing, if at all it comes in their mind. Otherwise, for them, spirituality is only getting some siddhis, meeting some Mahatmas, gaining some, remaining in cause and effect. See, it must be divine that I got a good job without any effort. It must be divine interference that my life has been such a smooth one. Isn't it the divine that the scriptures have come into our life? They are only looking at cause and effect. Yes, they have been in tune with nature, no doubt, that's why it has come. But is that all? Or is there something beyond cause and effect? So we have made divine the cause, and our experiences, which are going smooth, as the effect. We have to get out of this. Karya Karana, cause and effect. So this Nachiket, under the tutelage of his father itself, he has been living very intensely. His attention must be on, his discrimination must be high in order to come up with this question. Which 80-year-old asks, what is there existence after death? We didn't even know what existence means in that sense. We are struggling with the word subjective and objective till we were in 20s. When I started reading books, they were saying subjective experience, subject. What is bloody subject? I can't understand. I am the subject, but it was not clicking. And when it clicked, it's as if the whole matrix has melted away. See? So this Nachiket, he asks now in the in response to that, our Lord Death, he tries to distract the young boy. Who is this young boy from Lord Death's point of view, from the teacher's point of view? He who has the entire life in front of him. He is asking such deep question. So that's one thing, he has got a whole life. Second, and is that a pertinent question? Yes or no? He is not saying initially, but in a language, when he says Devai Ratrapi Vichikitsam Pura Nahi Suvijneyam Manuresha Dharmaha Anyam Varam Nachiketo Vranishwa Ma Moparotsi Rati Ma Srujainam. In 21st verse he says that even gods have doubt about existence after death. They have not been able to conclusively come to a concluded anything with that regards, because the subject itself is very subtle. There is no straight answer to it, because the question is in the mind, and the question that you are, and the answer there is beyond the mind. The question is through speech, but the answer is beyond the speech, beyond the mind. How can we explain to you? So therefore, even the gods found it very difficult to ascertain the correct answer to it. And therefore, O Nachiket, do not press me on this. Please ask for another boon. Please spare me from answering this question. In other words, Lord Death is trying to and he doesn't stop there. He says this, but before Nachiket can say anything, Nachiketa did say something. What does he say? He says, Devai Ratrapi Vichikitsitam Kila Tvam cha mrityo yanna suvigneya matha vakta cha asya twadruganyo na labhyo nanyo varastulya etasya kaschet. Nachiket says in the 22nd verse, this is what we saw last week, that, O Lord, if even the gods have doubt regarding existence after death, then I'm certainly certain that it is the right question, that I want to get instructions, and who better than you who better than you? You are the greatest teacher. You are Dharmaraj. You are the teacher of righteousness, because he is the death himself. Death ascertains at a relative level. Death ascertains who is going to heaven and who is going to hell. He must know what is right and wrong. Only then he can decide at a relative level which soul has to go where. So he says, what better teacher I can find other than you, who can tell this, and no other teacher can be found. Therefore I stick to this boon. I will continue with this boon. I don't want anything else apart from knowing, is there life after death, is there existence after death, or in other words, does soul continue on his journey after the death? What happens to the soul after death? In this vein, the question is. See, answer to this question is very, very subtle. There is no straight answer, and just as Similarly, this knowledge of existence after death, whatever the answer may be, or we will find out, if it is given to a unprepared, unqualified student, then it can become dangerous. An unqualified student, if he gets this knowledge, he can misuse it. How? He will become a Ravana, whom Ram had to kill. He becomes a Hiranyaksha. He becomes a Hiranyakashipu. They were all Vedantis, but body identified. And therefore, to test, does this young Nachiket does he still have any lurking desires in his heart and mind? With reference to the world, to the relationships, to the objects, he gives him another temptation. That temptation we will look now in our 23rd verse. He says, so here last week we saw eva muktopi punah pralobhayan anuvacha mrityu. So in this manner, when Nachiket said that no, I want the same boon, the Lord Death tempted him again. Shatayusha putra pautran vrinishva. Shatayusha putra pautran vrinishva. Bahun pashun hasti hiranyam ashwan. Bahun pashun hasti hiranyam ashwan. Bhumer mahad ayatanam vrinishva. Bhumer mahad ayatanam vrinishva. Swayam cha jiva sharado yavadicchasi. Swayam cha jiva sharado yavadicchasi. Together. Shatayusha putra pautran vrinishva. Bahun pashun hasti hiranyam ashwan. Bhumer mahadayatanam vrinishva. Swayam cha jiva sharado yavadicchasi. O Nachiket, Lord Death is presenting the temptation. See if you get tempted. O Nachiket, you ask for putra pautran vrinishva. You ask for some sons and grandsons. And what type of sons and grandsons? Shatayusha. Each one will have 100 years old, 100 years of life. And also Bahun Pashun, ask for lots of animals. What are they? Hasti, elephant, and here it says just elephants. And then Hiranyam. Hiranyam is gold, wealth, and Ashwan, horses. Bhume mahat ayatanam vrinishva. And also ask for kingdom of the whole earth. Ayatanam vrinishva. Swayam cha jiva sharada yavadicchasi. And what's the point of having all this if you don't have a long life? I'll give you also a very long life to enjoy your sons, grandsons, the kingdom and all the wealth that I'm giving you, presenting you at this moment. Because I have the power to give you all this. You want? If the Lord Death came next moment in front of you and you are reading, you are in deep contemplation while listening that I want to know whether there is life after death, and suddenly the Lord Death appears in front of you. Oh, I was just studying that and Lord Death himself appeared. Please tell me the answer before our Swamiji tells us. He will take few months. Please tell us right now. He says, what will you do with the answer, man? Come, I'll give you children, grandchildren, 100 years, wealth, car, this, that. You can go for travel to space, siddhis, etc. So many things I'll give you. I'll give you lordship over the earth. Will you get tempted? The answer is, I'm being cheeky right now. The answer is, if you are still buying a lotto ticket every week, then you will get tempted if the Lord Death came and gave you this this offer. It sounds too good to be true. What's the harm? Let's try. We can ask for liberation in next life, isn't it? शतः आयुषः शतं वर्षाणि आयुंषि येषां तान् शतः आयुषः पुत्रपौत्रान् वृणीष्व. Those having 100, this is the bhashya we are reading now, those having 100 years age ask for those long living sons and grandsons. किंच गौ आदि लक्षणान् बहून् पशून् हस्ति हिरण्यं हस्ति च हिरण्यं च हस्ति हिरण्यम् अश्वान् च किंच भूमेः पृथिव्याः महत् विस्तीर्णम् आयतनम् आश्रयं मण्डलं राज्यं वृणीष्व. He says that kimcha, moreover, which cows, etc., and indicate adi lakshanan, and lakshanan is indicate which animals, elephants, wealth, and horses, and also moreover the entire land on the earth on which everything rests. The whole world is resting on the earth, so, or whatever his understanding of land is. You may say, the whole family is resting on me. For you, land must be all our extended families resting on this land which we own, with the farms and houses and everything. Or the land is on which the whole entire population, the entire world of animals and beings is resting. See? Or you can say, here he's saying that in that sense, but that imagination is left to Nachiket to sort out. Or you could say that land is without sun, earth has got no meaning. Everything on the earth is because of the sun. Ask for that kingdom. According to your understanding, that land on which, that earth on which everything rests. And in this way, then he says, Kimcha sarvam, where are we? Kimcha sarvam api etad anaryaka swayam chet alpa ayuhu iti atah aha. He says, moreover, also all this is without meaning if one himself has short life. See? Therefore, he says, Swayam cha jiva tvam jiva dharaya shariram samagrendriya kalapam sharadaha varshani yavadicchasi jivitum. And you yourself live, meaning you hold on to your body, all faculties, and remaining intact, like autumn, like spring, for many years, as you desire to live, as you desire to. This freedom Lord Death gives to Nachiket. See? So with this, we see that the Lord of Death, he is tempting uh, Nachiket with unheard of boon, and without Nachiket asking, he is tempting him to see, does this fellow has some desire lurking within his bosom, that he gets distracted by all this? Does he still have any interest in the world? If anyone still has interest in the world, till then that person is not qualified for knowing, does life exist after death? There must be extreme dispassion, detachment from the world. The qualification of a student who wants to know the truth is Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti and Mumukshutva. An intense desire to know the truth, Vivek, sharp discrimination, acute discrimination between the real and the unreal. That can only come about when one has developed sufficient dispassion, disinterest, detachment from the world of names and forms, from relationships and possessions, from past and future, from body identification. See? Then alone such a person can appreciate. Well, there is one more step, and the step is Shatka Sampatti. Shatka Sampatti is 6 qualities he must have. Having got Vairagya, his intellect is in the right place, discriminating between the truth and the untruth, but the truth keeps, the changeless keeps slipping from the fingers. Why? Shatka Sampatti is not practiced. Shatka Sampatti is Shama, control of mind; Dama, control of senses; Uparama, equanimity; Shama, Dama; Titiksha, happily enduring whatever life is throwing at them without complaint, without attachment; Shraddha, doing all the 4 above with deep faith that everything is all right, everything is as it is, and holding on to the intense urge to know the reality. And when this is done, the mind becomes samadhan. Samadhan means mind becomes content, mind becomes cool. The fire in the mind, the desires in the mind, they only come because mind is reactionary, mind is objectively oriented, not subjectively oriented. Nachiket's mind is subjectively oriented. But is it a put on by Nachiket to test that Lord Death is presenting these temptations to him? You are sitting in your home right now. Someone from the back says, I can't hear. Maybe someone says, hello darling, do you want a hot cup of milk or hot tea? And what are you listening to? Is there life after death? You say, yeah, hubby, that's nice. Darling, that's nice. One moment, someone asked you tea, coffee, whatever, and we get distracted. Not you. When I say you, it's out of habit. In that you, I am also included. I means the mind is included. See? We are sitting, sipping away. And what are we wanting? Wanting to know life after death. It's not for... With this type of distraction, it is not possible. One must be ready to go through extreme austerity. Unshaken mind. Content mind is calm mind. Content mind is that which is not seeking anything in the world, no desires are erupting, content, calm, cool, then somewhere, one among millions, I should say, not million, it will click, will be graced. Continuing in the 24th verse, it says, Etat tulyam yadi manyase varam, Etat tulyam yadi manyase varam, Vrunishva vittam chirajivikam cha, Vrunishva vittam chirajivikam cha, Mahabhumau nachiketastvamedhi, Mahabhumau nachiketastvamedhi, Kamanam tva kamabhajam karomi, Kamanam tva kamabhajam karomi. Together, Etat tulyam yadhi manyase varam, Vrunishva vittam chirajivikam cha, Mahabhumau nachiketastvamedhi, Kamanam tva kamabhajam karomi. He says, he continues his list of offerings. He is waiting. Who? Lord of Death. He is waiting. How do you know? By looking at the reactions on the face of the student. I can't see any reaction because all of them are on, they have put their videos off, only audio is on. So, and even if the video is on, I can't see because it's too small for me to see. See? So, Lord Death, having presented the list of temptations to Nachiket, he is seeing for a sign of desire, a sign of a smile, a sign of in the eyes that maybe somewhere he might just get interested in this. And just to make sure to hit the nail in its place, he gives another list of temptations to him. He says, similar to this, if you wish another boon so that and wealth and long lasting life, you ask, O Nachiket, like a king of this entire land and then become old, I will give you the capability, power to enjoy according to your desires. Means you can satisfy all your desires in this life for as long as you want. I can offer you that. Wow. As obstinate Nachiket will be, we'll see now what he says. But Lord Death is also pakka. Pakka is, he is also firm. Nachiket was firm. I want to know this. That if gods did not come to conclusion, then it is the right question. I know you are the teacher to tell me. He was firm in his resolve. But Lord also is the firm. He also wants to make sure, wants to check out completely if he is the right person. And how do you find if it is the right student, if it's a qualified student to whom this knowledge can be given? Only by asking questions, only by watching the reactions, only by listening to the responses. In what manner those responses are made, and what grade a teacher also is looking for an apt student in whom he can pour his knowledge. And it is only one among the millions who comes. Swami Tapon Maharaj, the teacher of Swami Chinmayananji, he was living in Uttarkashi. And Chinmayananda had taken sannyas from Swami Shivananda, Divine Life Society in Rishikesh. And there was two, but the ashram was based on Karma Yoga. And Chinmayananda wanted more knowledge. He was thirsty for knowledge. He says, where can I get more? I want to dive deep into it. He said, Swami Shivananda told, go to Uttarkashi. It will take 6-7 days for you to walk there. In those days, there in early 50s, there were no trains, no cars and all that. Roads were not there. And Swami Chinmayananda started the journey, reached Uttarkashi, went to Tapon Maharaj. Tapon Maharaj said, what do you want? He says, oh, I am a disciple of Swami Shivananda, and I asked him where can I study deeply all the scriptures, and he said, I should come to you. There and then he didn't even invite him inside the house. He said, how do I know you are telling the truth? Do you have a letter from him? Do you have a recommendation letter that he has sent? How do I know you have been given sannyas by him? How do I know he has told you? Go get a letter. But the urge was so strong, there and then Chinmayananda turned back, again walked back 7 days to Rishikesh, got the letter from Swami Shivananda and walked back again to Uttarkashi for 7 days. Something like that. And then Tapon Maharaj said, my lectures will be in Sanskrit. If I say once and I ask any time for you to repeat, you must tell. If you don't repeat, you can say goodbye from here. Like Nisargadatta Maharaj, he used to allow people in a small room. He used to give lectures. Only 5-10 people used to be able to sit there. He will allow someone new to sit for 10 days, 9 days, something like that. After that, he will ask a question, and if they are not able to answer, he says, don't occupy space and go somewhere else. You are not qualified here. Go somewhere else. It's not available in this shop. The teacher always tests how qualified the student is. The student must be ever on high alert. Not one moment, not when he is in front of the teacher, anywhere. He has to be cultivating this high alertness and vigilance. That's the price that the student has to pay. The vigilance, vivek, vairagya, shatka sampatti, mumukshutvam. Discrimination, dispassion, the 6 qualities, and a deep desire to know the truth. This fire has to keep aglow inside. Not get distracted by every passing thing, being, or thought also, for that matter. In the Bhashya he says, Etat tulyam etena yatha upadishtena sadrusham anyam api yadi manyase varam tam api vrunishva. Adi Shankaracharya ji is saying, similar to this, that is like as the last verse, Etat tulyam, like the last verse, means like this or resembling this, means like what we gave you before or resembling them. If you think of another boon, you ask that of me. If you can think of something better than that, don't hesitate to ask me. See? Kimcha vittam prabhutam hiranya ratnadi चिरजीविकां च सह वित्तेन वृणीष्व इति एतत्. Moreover, abundant with vittam prabhutam, abundant wealth, hiranyam, jewels, jewels, sorry, hiranyam is wealth, ratnadi is jewels. Abundant wealth and jewels, etc. Adi, and along with that, you ask for everlasting life, chirajivikam, everlasting life, as long as you want to live. Adi Shankaracharya says, understand this to be the meaning of vittam chirajivikam cha. किं बहुना महत्यां भूमौ राजा नचिकेतः त्वम् एधि भव. Moreover, you be like a king of the entire land. Mahabhumau nachiketah tvamedhi. You be be like a king of the entire land. And then continuing the last part, किं च अन्यत् कामनां दिव्यानां मानुषाणां च त्वां कामभाजं कामभागिनं काम अर्ह करोमि सत्यं संकल्पः हि अहं देवः. Moreover, अन्यत् कामनां दिव्यानां मानुषाणां च, for other desires, कामनां, anyat is other, kamnam is desires, wishes, divyanam is wishes. So for other desires, wishes, I'm manushyanam cha tvam kama bhajam kama bhagivanam kama. I make you fit to be worshipped by making you, see, by making you sharer of divine beings and of man's desire, because whatever I say comes true as I am divine. The Lord of Death is saying that I will also give you the status of a divine being if you want to help the various beings with wealth and fulfill the other people's wishes. Many people want to help the world, but it's a distraction from which takes you away from reality. But if that is your wish, maybe, because after the previous verse, Nachiketa did not say anything, he is keeping quiet. So Lord Death is thinking, maybe he has some other desire which I have not spoken out yet, so he tries to cover more and more area. And Nachiketa is still sitting quiet, waiting. He is thinking, he is waiting, that maybe I have not given him enough, because he wants to be free of the debt of the third boon. That is his only intention. And in that, he says that if you want to be a person, you want to be a person of that status, you want to be a divine being who is able to fulfill other people's desire and fulfill their wishes, so also I can fulfill that boon for you, because I am a divine being and I have the power to do so. You can only give what you have, isn't it? Not every god can do this. Lord Death can do it, because he has the capacity, he has the ability, and and in this way our Lord Yamraj, Lord of Death, he is, here he uses the word what, that he is the Satya Sankalpo hi aham devaha. See what Lord Death is saying. He is saying aham, I, devaha, I am a divine being who has the power of Satya Sankalpa. Meaning Satya, truth, Sankalpa is a thought. Whenever I wish a thought, it comes true. Whenever I think a thought, it comes true. So if I give you if you want this boon of becoming a divine being, and if I say, may Nachiketa become so and so divine being, may he be able to have the power to fulfill other people's wishes and desires, so be it, tathastu, it will come, it will happen. Who is Satya Sankalpa? Who has the capacity of being Satya Sankalpa? Satya Sankalpa means that the gap between the word and the meaning has gone. This is only possible when a person is completely integrated. And Lord Death, being the Dharmaraj, is the king of righteousness. He is a completely integrated person. And it is not an arrogance that he is making this statement. Satya Sankalpaha aham hi aham devaha. Indeed, I am the divine being who has the capacity and the power to make what I say comes true. We say something, our children don't listen. We say 10 times, still they don't listen. We punish them, still they don't listen. No Satya Sankalpa. Why? Not integrated enough. Continuing in the 25th verse, the luring of Nachiketa is continuing. Here he says, ये ये कामा दुर्लभा मर्त्य लोके, ये कामा दुर्लभा मर्त्य लोके, सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः पार्थयस्व, सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः पार्थयस्व. इमा रामा सरथा सतूर्या, इमा रामा सरथा सतूर्या, नहि दृशालम्बनीया मनुष्यैः, नहि दृशालम्बनीया मनुष्यैः, आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिपरिचारयस्व, आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिपरिचारयस्व, नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः, नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः. Together, ये कामा दुर्लभा मर्त्यलोके, सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः पार्थयस्व, इमा रामा सरथा सतूर्या, नहि दृशालम्बनीया मनुष्यैः, आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिपरिचारयस्व, नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः. He says, ये कामा दुर्लभा मर्त्य लोके, सर्वान् कामान् छन्दत प्रार्थयस्व. In the mortal world, Martya Loke, in the mortal world, seventh case, locative case, in the mortal world, all those desires, ye kama durlava, all those desires, all those wishes which are difficult to be attained. Durlabha, difficult to be attained, difficult to be gained or attained. So, in mortal world, all those desires, wishes which are difficult to be attained or gained, all those you ask them, O Nachiket. Huh? I request you to ask them. Prarthayasva. You ask. If I had left out anything in the previous verses in offering you and you are not responding, maybe there is something that I don't know what, maybe there's something more which you know better and I have not covered it. So he says, O Nachiket, you ask, even if they are which are difficult to be attained, you ask them. Moreover, these Ramaha, ima Ramaha sarathaha saturya na hi idrusha labhyaniya manushyehi. लभ्यनीय, यहाँ पे लंभनीय लिखा है, लभ्यनीय is the word. Check in another book. लंभनीय लिखा है, लंभनीय ही है. Okay, whatever it is. Moreover, these Ramas, what is Ramas? Ramas are Apsaras. Who are Apsaras? Apsaras are these heavenly maidens, heavenly damsels, the angels, the beautiful angels, the celestial females, Ramaha. So these celestial females that you are seeing, they are full of love. Saratha Saturyaha, they are full of love and are with their own chariot and music and their dasis, means their servants and everything. And mortal people cannot attain them. These celestial damsels, mortal people cannot. Nachiketa is a mortal person. He is born on earth. He is born from a womb, and somehow he has found a way to the abode of Lord Death. And Lord Death is telling him that these beautiful maidens of the heavens, they are not available for the people, for the men of the earth. I will give them to you. And you will be served by them, you will be loved by them, you will be you can fulfill all your desires with them. And but O Nachiket, Nachiketa maranam maha anuprakshihi. But Nachiket, you please withdraw the boon that you asked me before. Is there life after death? You withdraw that question. How much more temptations can be presented? All desires fulfilled. And if you notice, in all these three verses, whatever the Lord Death has offered to Nachiket, are we not involuntarily, continuously seeking that from this world? Seeking relationships, seeking company of opposite sex, seeking wealth, seeking good vehicles, good property, good land, good friends, good. If you are not on the earth, you want good, you want great powers, you want to be, you want to live a life beneficial to other human beings. See? So somewhere, and it is relative, depending upon where you are in your life, our the desires which were the temptations which were laid out on the as a smorgasbord in front of Nachiket, something or the other we have desired in our life, sometime or the other, in small measures, may not be in the measure that Lord Death is presenting Nachiket with. See, the Bhashya goes on. ये ये कामाः प्रार्थनीया दुर्लभाः च मर्त्यलोके सर्वान् तान् कामान् कामान् ह्यन्दत इच्छातः प्रार्थयस्व. He says, ye kamaha, all those wishes and desires in this mortal world. He says, in this mortal world, what desires are difficult to attain by request, all those you ask for them according to your wish. This is Adi Shankaracharya's Bhashya we are looking at. Ichchatah kaman chandatah ichchatah prarthayasva. You ask and according to your wish. I have the power. Kimcha ima divya apsarasah ramyanti purushan iti ramaha saha rathaihi vartante iti sarathaha saturyaha savaditraha ताहा च नहि लंभनीयाः प्रापणीयाः ईदृशाः एवं एवं विधाः मनुष्यैः मर्त्यैः अस्मत् आदि प्रसादम अंतरेण. Again he says that again kimcha, moreover, ima divya apsarasaha ramayanti, and moreover these Rama, that is whose divine, those divine apsaras, celestial damsels, apsaras delighted, delightful for men. They will come along with the chariots, they will come along with their servants, they will come along with their wealth, and along with their musicians, and with all the qualities that they have of serving those who they have to serve. And indeed, such apsaras, they cannot be gained by men, that is by mortals. But they can be gained by men only when favored by divine beings like us. So he is showing Nachiket that what a unique opportunity he is getting to get that which any other mortal man cannot put his finger upon. He may wish, but it will never be fulfilled. But here, the Lord of Death himself is offering a favor from us, that is similar divine beings. Means only divine beings can offer such boons, not everyone. Continuing, he says, abhihi mat prattabihi maya dattabihi परिचारिणीभिः परिचारयस्व आत्मानं पाद प्रक्षालन आदि शुश्रूषां कारय आत्मन इति अर्थः. He says, abihi, by these, mana prattabihi, from me, mat prattabihi, from me, maya dattabihi, by me, given by me, sent by me. Maya is by me, dattabihi is given by me. Paricharinibhihi, by servants or attendants. So he says, by these who are sent by me, that Lord Death is saying that these apsaras, these divine damsels who will be sent by me, and they will be along with the servants, attendants, to and you make them serve you like for all the various purposes, washing feet, giving bath, company, dancing, music, serving. नचिकेतः मरणं मरणसम्बद्धं प्रश्नं प्रेते अस्ति न अस्ति इति काकदन्त परीक्षारूपं मा अनुप्राक्षीः एवं प्रष्टुम अर्हसि. He says, O Nachiket, Maranam Maranasambandham Prashnam Prete. He says, O Nachiket, relating to death, relating to the departed spirit, relating to, is there life after death? Is it there or is it not? Is there existence after death or is it not there? Is like examining the cow's teeth. Please don't ask me such questions. Please withdraw your question. Please don't ask such questions to me. And in this manner, where are we? क्या time है यार? Please do not ask questions, such questions to me, because there is no straight answer for it, and you be happy with what I am offering you. You know, so many things I have offered you. You take one or you take all. I am happy to give you everything that I have offered you. But don't ask me this question. Is there life after death? There is no straight answer. What will you do? You will only get confused. I am adding all this. You will only get confused. And he told before, what's point of asking such questions which have got no definite answer? You ask me something which is definite, which is specific. You can touch, feel, taste, hear, feel. I can give you that. And everything that the Lord has offered him is specific. Animals, wealth, cows, elephants, horses, damsels, lordship of the earth. Earth is specific. Lordship he can give, he will become the Lord. Children, grandchildren, 100 years, specific. Long life, specific. Not only long life, he said you can live as long as you want, satisfying your desires as long as you want. How much more can someone offer you? Ask yourself as a seeker, if this question, if this offer was made to you, what would you have done? Quickly change the clothes from sannyas clothes and get into pant and shirt. Why miss the opportunity of enjoyment? Or are we having the acumen? Are we having the discrimination and determination to hold on, to complete the journey once and for all, to come to the real self here and now and not be distracted by anything? That each one of us has to measure themselves, assess themselves. And this is not just one question because Lord Death is asking. You have to live that life in a disciplined manner, in an alert manner, in a vigilant manner, in a dispassionate manner, in a discriminative manner. Discriminating attention on the changeless principle. Day in and day out, every moment of your existence, you are aware of that. That is the alertness. Because when death will appear, we don't know. Are we ready? Or do you know when you are dying? Do we know when the death is coming? Tomorrow, day after? 1 week, 1 month, 1 year? Are we prepared? It requires extreme vigilance. That no thought appears in our mind just because. We choose which thought to entertain. Not because thought is coming, Acha, this is also a nice thought, that is also a nice thought. Oh, what a wonderful memory thought. When I was young, this happened, that happened. That, you go into that story, attention on the changeless, gone. Discrimination gone. So in this manner, our in the 26th verse, एवं प्रलोभ्य मानोपि नचिकेता महाहृदवद अक्षोभ्य आह. In this manner, evam pralobhyamanam api, even on temptation. In this manner, even on temptation, Nachiketa, Mahahrudavat, having big heart, Maha, big, Hrudavat, what is having big heart? Akshobhya, with an unagitated mind, undisturbed mind, unafraid mind, said in this manner. Aha said. What does he say? Now he's after this flurry of verses, temptation flurries. The temptation arrows were sent by the Lord Death by way of speech to the ears. Through the ears the words entered, touched his heart. See if the heart gets disturbed. Is there some desire lurking there which it can entice? But our Nachiketa, look at his quality. This is the quality that we have to develop. Undisturbed, unagitated, unafraid. In spite of all the temptations that were presented to him. He is standing in front of Lord Death himself. We see on a dark, with no street lighting, we go on a street, slight shower is going on, and somewhere in the bushes some scratching sound comes, and your pant becomes wet and you run to your house. Here he is Sakshat, he is face to face with death himself. But no fear. This moment will come in everyone's life. There's no choice. Everyone will face the death. Only question is when the time is right. Are we prepared with these questions? Are we prepared? Are we ready to face the death fearlessly, unafraid? The fearlessness will come only if the mind is unagitated, when the mind is not restless, when the mind is not reactionary, when the mind is not agitated, then alone in that quiet mind, the fearlessness will come. We have lived our whole life only reacting. Therefore, in this manner, even on temptation, Nachiketa, having a big heart, unagitatedly said, Shobhava martyasya yadantakaitata Shobhava martyasya yadantakaitata Sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha Sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha Api sarvam jivitam alpameva Api sarvam jivitam alpameva तवैव वाहास्तव नृत्य गीते तवैव वाहास्तव नृत्य गीते टुगेदर शोभावामर्त्यस्य यदन्तकैतत सर्वेन्द्रियाणां जरयन्ति तेजः अपि सर्वं जीवितम् अल्पमेव तवैव वाहास्तव नृत्य गीते. See these words coming out of an 8-year-old boy. He says, "O Lord, all those things that you have offered me, Shobhava martyasya yat antaka etat sarva indriyanam jarayanti tejaha." All those things that you have offered me, O Lord, they will remain tomorrow or not. Will Sarva Indriyanam Jarayanti Tejaha. Teja is the effulgence. They will lose all the objects of our senses. Sarva Indriyanam. All the objects of our senses, Jarayanti Tejaha. They will lose their effulgence sometime or the other. Day comes, day dies. Night comes, night dies. You buy one ornament, if you see another design, you give up the first one, you melt it and you get the new one. Everything is ephemeral. That's what he is coming to. The ephemerality. Ephemerality means the kshanika. Kshanika means the short span of life of every object that comes into existence. We may think 100 years, 1,000 years of life, but from a higher standpoint, every wave comes into existence, it has to die. Ephemerality. It's temporary. It's finite. Everything that is coming into existence must go out of existence. In other words, here it is saying that Nachiketa is saying it is losing its importance, it's losing its effulgence. Including, we got the COVID first jab, it became useless, you have to get the second jab. Now second jab, it is becoming useless, you have to take a booster jab. Once you take the booster jab, another 4-5 months, they will say you have to take another booster jab. The efficacy of the COVID vaccine is becoming weaker and weaker and weaker, and eventually you have to take a new jab. Similarly, our interest in anything, in the childhood, our interest was in the dolls and cars and planes and toys. As we grow up, our interest shifts from dolls to opposite sex, money, wealth, properties, jobs. Then it shifts to children. And somewhere along the way, as the children are growing and you are getting old, your attention goes away from the children to your health. Pain here, pain there, pain everywhere. And rest of the life. So whether they will remain tomorrow or not, अपि सर्वं जीवितम अल्पम एव तव एव वाहा तव नृत्य गीते. With all the capabilities of the senses, this life is very short. 8-year-old boy has come to this conclusion that life is very short. Sarvam jivitam alpam eva. Life is very short. Life of what? Not only of the beings, but also of the objects. That mountain which has come into existence is continuously disintegrating. All that water which is poured by the hundreds and thousands of rivers into the ocean is continuously getting evaporated. All the water that is taken up by way of clouds cannot stay permanently as clouds, they precipitate. Nothing remains permanently. Life is very short. Alpam eva. This doesn't click to human beings. And that is why, because we have taken it for granted that we are going to wake up tomorrow, we postpone our practices, we postpone taking the name of the Lord, we postpone contemplating on the truth, we keep postponing, manana, till we meet again. When? Tomorrow morning when I wake up again. Hasta mañana till we wake up again. Mañana means tomorrow in Spanish. I think I'm correct with that meaning. See? It has not sunk in deep in our heart. Because if it clicks that I can die any time, there is no guarantee. I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow. The only time I have is now. I must put my attention to the infinite truth. I must be subjective right now because I don't know if I'm going to take the next breath. You see it happening all around you. One moment one person is healthy, next moment they are they're brain dead or Alzheimer's, or they are sick and they go within few weeks they're gone. Someone accident, some brain stroke, heart attack. We see it all happening around us. But the wonder of wonders is we think it is not going to happen to us. That we are not going to die. It's a stupid conclusion. Because the day we accept that life is short, it is ephemeral, it is temporary, directly proportional to that will be our efforts to realize. Directly proportional. Then he says, Tava eva vahaha tava nartya gite. You can keep all these things that you have given me for yourself. See the audacity of Nachiket. Fearlessly, he is telling the Lord of Death that everything that you have offered me, you can keep it for yourself. I am not even an iota interested in any one of them. Otherwise, listening about the kingdom of the earth and the wealth and the divine damsels, he'll be a common person will be licking his lips. Wow, that was easy. I bought a $10 lottery and I got all this. Wow. It keeps you in the loop of coming and going. Nachiketa is asking something much deeper, something very, very subtle. And he is not ready to be distracted by that. For such a young boy to have come to that conclusion at that young age, that is there life after death? Does the consciousness existence continue after death? Or with the death it concludes? Some say he doesn't know the answer. But the fact is, the purpose of all study of scriptures is to come to this question and find a resolution subjectively under a teacher. You cannot find, someone needs to guide you because the mind will take you in n number of directions. So whether we have studied only Guru Stotram, or we have studied only Hanuman Chalisa, or we have studied only Ramayana, or we have studied Bible, or we have studied Upanishads, or we have studied any scripture, we have done any sadhana. The purpose of any sadhana is to come to this conclusion. What is consciousness? If I am consciousness, do I continue after death? Or does consciousness go away with death? To answer this, looking at life, the six philosophies, the nihilist philosophy, the Sankhya philosophy, the logical philosophy, the objective philosophy, the Vedanta philosophy, the 6 philosophies are given. There are different approaches. Some of them accept that, and that is the conundrum. There is no definitive answer to this question, which can be caught by the words or can be understood by the mind or intellect. Rest of the Upanishad will be answering this question. Shobhava martyasya yadanta kaitat sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha api sarvam jivitam alpameva tavaiva bahastava nritya gite. O Lord, everything that you have offered me, you can keep it for yourself. I am in the least interested in what you have offered. I am not interested, I am not attracted, I am not desiring, I am not wishing. You can keep it. Now, the Bhashya begins. Is it long or short? We can finish it in still 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Shvaha bhavishyanti na bhavishyanti va iti sandihyamanah eva yesham bhavah bhavanam tvaya upanyasthanam bhoganam te shvaha bhavaha. He says, of those enjoyments offered by you, of all those enjoyments offered by you, whose existence is doubtful, because they are temporary, they are ephemeral, their existence is doubtful. How can something which has a beginning and an end, it cannot last permanently? It is temporary only, it is impermanent, it is finite. This is what Jnaneshwara Maharaj, Adi Shankaracharya is saying, that that of all those enjoyments offered by you, whose existence itself is doubtful, same as they will be there tomorrow or not. There is no conclusive answer to that they will be tomorrow or not. They are, they are called shwaha bhavaha. These are called that which is not going to be there tomorrow. They are called shwaha bhavaha. किंच मर्त्यस्य मनुष्यस्य अंतक हे मृत्यो यत् सर्व इंद्रियाणां तेजः तच्चरयन्ति उपक्षयन्ति अप्सरः प्रभृतयः भोगाः अनर्थायै एव एते धर्मवीर्य प्रतिज्ञा तेजः यशः प्रभृतीनां क्षपयितृत्वात्. He says, and moreover, किंच मर्त्यस्य मनुष्यस्य अंतक हे मृत्यु. He says, oh, and moreover, O death, oh, हे मृत्यु, that of all those senses, sarvendriyanam, jaranti tejaha, of all those senses, strength. What is about the sense? Their brilliance, their intelligence, or their strength and brilliance is reducing. It never remains the same. Once upon a time, everything was able to see with the bare eyes. Then slowly, one glass. Then every year, little bit, the power is increasing, meaning the glass strength is increasing, but the actual eye strength is decreasing. Same thing is with the body strength. Once upon a time very strong. Now take vitamins, take Boroca, take vitamin D, take this, take that, trying to maintain the health, but body is going on its own journey. What is that? It is getting dilapidated every day. It is getting reduced every day in strength, in vitality, in teja. Same thing is with the senses. The power of the senses, the teja, the strength, the brilliance of the strength of the senses is reducing, is debilitating, is decaying. When presided, here he is saying that is decaying when presided over by apsaras and other enjoyments, meaning same as on account of them, one who destroys his righteous valor, intelligence, strength and fame. Our Adi Shankaracharya is saying, Sarvendriyanam jaranti tejaha. So the word sentence is only that much, that the senses and their brilliance is getting reduced, decaying. But now he's connecting it to all that was offered by the Lord death. He's saying when indulging, when presided over or by the apsaras and other enjoyments, the one who what will happen when you get involved in all that was offered by the Lord? Righteousness will be lost, then valor will be lost. If you are continuously living in bhoga and kama, in desire and lust, valor will be lost, intelligence will be lost, strength will be lost, fame will be lost. Is that what we want? Nobody wants that. If we don't want it, then why do we aspire for it secretly in our hearts? Unknown to the world. That's your secret world. And there all these things are popping up every now and then. Everyone knows it, everyone is guilty of it. But this is the conclusion of that. What is that? Decay of senses, mind, intellect, health, valor, fame, etc. etc. Focus. The more we become objective in our pursuit, this is the price that we have to pay. Loss of intelligence, loss of strength, loss of power, loss of discrimination, loss of vairagya. Quickly I'll finish. याम च अपि दीर्घ जीविकाम त्वम दित्ससि तत्र अपि शृणु. And perhaps whom you wish to give long life, nevertheless listen. Sarvam yad brahmanah api जीवितम आयुः अल्पम एव किम ut asmat adi dirgha jivika. He says that and also even Brahma, he who is all living, existing, is short in age. Why? Because he also has to become unmanifest when his time has come, and again he is born, and again he becomes unmanifest, or in other words, dead. We also become unmanifest only. We call it death and become scared and fearful of it. Then what deliberation for us who are short-lived beings? If Brahmaji is also worried about his death, why would I want? Why would I want to get involved in all these things and become even more short-lived? Because all power, all page will go away. Senses will deteriorate, power will deteriorate, intelligence will deteriorate. Why do I want that? अतः तव एव तिष्ठन्तु वाहा रथादयः तथा नृत्यगीते च. Therefore, chariots, etc., dancing and singing of yours, you keep them to yourself, O Lord. We'll talk about this again a little. We'll recap this in our next class and continue from 27th verse onwards. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.